Dopest dope I've ever smoked. Hands down, dopest dope I've ever smoked. It's not better than the Blue Oyster. You can't beat it. I don't think I can't handle better than this. Is like...
Elon Musk. You know who he's dating?
Grizz?
No,
Or
Grimes.
whatever. Yeah, okay.
What?
Yeah, and they named their child. He was on Joe Rogan recently.
Again?
He said how to pronounce the name.
How do you pronounce it?
So the first one is just X, and then the AE is pronounced X. I think it's like it's either like X AU or something like that. So it's like X AU, and then what's the last part?
I don't know.
It's like 747 or whatever. And so you just pronounce that. So it's like XAU 747 or whatever.
That's fucking
He named
weird.
it after his favorite airplane, the last part.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's an interesting name for a kid. I think he's doing an experiment.
They can't name him that though. California law won't allow him to.
California's like, hey, we're liberal.
Yeah.
But man,
Like, dude, that's like out of this world. I mean, I know you're like SpaceX shit, but
honestly,
Chill.
I was like, is that a formula? Apparently it was he just added the last part about his airplane. She decided the first part.
that's just such like, it's a weird ass couple. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, it's super weird.
But like, it makes sense. I'm like, I don't really see them being with anyone.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I guess if you guys have to be together.
Yeah, you don't think
sure.
about Elon Musk fucking.
No, you don't. Like, I think he might be like, to me, he's asexual.
He's
Whether
not.
he is or
he's
isn't.
definitely not. But
No, I know, but that's just how and
he
not
seems
to
like
say
something about his face.
not to say that nerds around the world have to be asexual, because that's not it at all. I mean, we're pretty big nerds and we're not. But his just vibe is just very like asexual.
His look just looks like the only thing I fuck is the universe. Like,
Oh fuck yeah. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to Smoke with us. I'm Eastwood,
I'm blue.
and this is our virtual smoke circle where we get really high and we just talk and shoot the shit. So
Join our
welcome.
circle.
Thank you for joining us. If you're new here, at this point, we will tell you what we're smoking on, how we smoked it, and where we're at.
Blue Dream, and then we each smoked a single joint, like all to ourselves.
Yeah.
So like he had one, I had one, and I would say like just now hitting a 7, but I can definitely tell I'm on my way to probably like a 8.
Yeah, I'm like a 6.5. Yeah, so our idea is that we get around 7.
That's our goal most of the time. And now you would pause, catch up to where we are, however you prefer to smoke, and then we'll see you on the other side.
And we're back. Okay, so yeah, it's just like, not that nerds can't like have to be asexual, because that's not it at all. But
No,
to
they
me,
do.
But to me, but to me, it's like, yeah. Oh, dude, high maintenance,
Oh,
That
so
show.
good, dude.
dude. Okay,
Dude,
so
if you ever
asexual.
need a 420, fucking,
Watch it high. Do not watch it sober, please.
I
Like,
mean, it's good sober, but
yeah, high is like a different level. Like if
yeah.
everyone watched it high, it would win an Emmy. It really would. Like it's such a good fucking show. And so they did an episode, one of the last episodes they had, actually the last episode of the season, I think, where it was the asexual person and that like,
no, it was not the last episode.
well, whatever.
but
One of the episodes, it was an asexual person and this lady they had met.
Might have been the last episode you paid attention to.
Probably. It was such a beautiful story, dude. Like she was like, hey, I'm cool with you being asexual and I know you like me, but I need touch. And then like he like touched her.
So you're just giving away the whole story?
Oh wait, hold on,
No,
guys.
even spoiler warning there, dude. He just gave you like the climax of the story.
It's one fucking episode.
Oh
There
my
are
gosh.
like 10 more.
Oh my!
9, I mean.
I'm mad for the people.
Anyways, guys.
This is like when big government does something, and then finally someone
But
goes,
like-
"Hey, I speak for the people." And they're like, "It's just one village. It's one Indian village. It's one pipeline." And they're like, "Hey."
No. Yeah, sorry guys. But watch, the season is more than just that one episode, but you guys should watch it. It's really good.
Yeah, besides his grievous mistake, you should watch it.
We should make a segment called Spoiler Free Zone.
Or the spoiler zone.
Yeah, no, the spoiler zone, and it's just us talking about spoilers.
Well, I thought we should do like spoiler like discussions at some point, like as a separate thing.
Yeah.
Like almost like a movie review discussion. So the first 5 minutes is like, hey, it's good. Watch it. Okay. If you wanted the discussion, stay. If you don't, get out of here.
Get out of here, son.
Well, get out of here, Hugh. Did I tell you about that? Dolly Parton show.
I think I know of it.
So it's like Dolly Parton show is so weird to me because it's like, who the fuck is this for? And the reason I say that is when you actually start watching it, it has like a Hallmark movie film, but it's racier than Hallmark movies. Like you're like, whoa, what's this doing in my Hallmark movie? Like,
is this the one that's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's like racier, but it's also like weirdly wholesome. And it's like, who is this for?
I didn't
because there's times where you're like, whoa, I don't think my grandma wants to see this. And there's times you're like, this is the only thing my grandma fucking watches.
I know, dude.
But there's an episode in the Jolene one. I mean, there's a part in the Jolene one.
Spoiler alert.
No, I'm not you. I'm not about to spoil anything. Long story short, there's like a party thing that's happening and the husband comes home for a second and the chick is just like purposely like stereotypical, like that Southern belle, like alpha female. And so he comes in and she's just like, Hugh, what are you doing here, Hugh? And, And then she goes, get out here, Hugh. And something about how she says it. She's like, get out here, Hugh. It just like, it hit my family because we were all watching it just right that we lost it. And so now we'll say to each other, someone will say something and like we think is whack and we'll be like, what? Get out here, Hugh. And it is so funny to me. And just that show in general, I don't know who it's for.
No, I don't like it. I don't know. Like, it's just so, I feel like Dolly was forced to do it.
I don't know about force, but I feel like she's like, I feel like she gave
she pitched an idea.
And then
someone ran with it.
Yeah. And then they came back to her like this. And she's like, well, if you think this is what I wanted, I guess.
Yeah, because she's so sweet. She just doesn't. Well, she's not like a.
I mean, she'll be like, someone will love this. I'm sure there's fans of it. Okay, if you're a fan of the show, tell us about it. I'm just like, I just don't know the audience they were trying to reach.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a little odd for me. I didn't finish it because I just didn't like it at all.
Yeah,
it was just one of those films or those TV shows. I was like, I've seen too much of this shit already.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. But then if you really watch it, you're like, wait, I've seen too much of that shit, but that's not from this genre. Like, like you're like, whoa, what is it?
Oh,
you'd be like, oh, I've seen too many Hallmark movies. Then all of a sudden you're like, HBO, what are you doing here? And then all of a sudden it'll hit and you'll be like, MTV? Like teenage drama shows? Why are you here? And then we'll go back to Hallmark. And you're like, I'm so confused. And like, it also sends you mixed messages. Like, no, this will be no spoilers, but Jolene, they make her like this badass, like kind of promiscuous girl. And the reason like I'm even pointing that out is the message that I'm confused about is like half of the message seems to be like, yeah, you can be a strong, independent woman. And just because you sleep with men, you're not like a slut. Like you can use that word in a good way. Like you're not like a slut. You know what I mean? Like that's like the message. And then the other half feels like, don't do harlot things. Like, I don't know. It's like half of it's like not being like, hey, be a powerful, strong, like slut, like in a good way. And then half of it feels like, hey, don't be a harlot. And I just don't know what they want from me. I don't know what they're telling me.
Yeah, it was just like, I don't know. Like, I got to the second episode and I was just like, this is just way too fucking much for me.
I think that's where my family got to. Because I think Jolene's number one.
Yeah.
And they know my whole rant about why I think Jolene is the best song of all time. And which it is. And yeah, we can only get the second episode.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Is it weird that in general I prefer Christmas movies not on Christmas?
Like, okay, let me break this down to you in my mind for a second. This is a hot take.
Hot take.
So I don't like winter. And the reason why I don't like winter is I don't like harsh cold. I'm cool with snow, fine, because it usually leaves in the day if it's like, 30 out. But like, I don't like a harsh winter. So I don't like Christmas because I associate it with harsh winters. But I like the feeling of Christmas.
I get what you're saying.
So like, I love like the idea of like cuddling around about like a bonfire, a fireplace, and like, a cozy sweater,
chestnuts roasting,
and drinking hot cocoa and shit. Like, I live for that, but I've just never had that experience with Christmas. So I'm always like the let down person because I'm just like, this fucking sucks. Like now it's just like you open presents from your significant other. You don't really get anything from your mom and dad anymore because they're all worried about your niece and nephew.
I know those fucking sluts.
Or like younger siblings.
I know those fucking sluts taking all your fucking presents, dude.
And it's just like
my family finally did the plan I chose for presents. I've been arguing for how we should open presents since I was 12. Because my mom, oh my gosh, because she wants to capture every moment in time, always. And she's like, it needs to be perfect. It needs to be perfect. Thus ruining all moments. So it's very ironic. But so she wanted to like everyone go and we'll take one at a time. And so one present for you, one present for you, one present for you.
Dude, just take them all back.
And we would rotate like that, and we'd all pay attention, and we'll all be like, clap, 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 every present, like, because it all needed to be this perfect moment. And
for socks.
Yeah, exactly. And my family was big, even when I was arguing. There's like, we had 3 kids, 2 parents, and then my grandma lived with us, so that's 6 people in the house. So that's pretty decent sized. And then we had another kid, so then we're getting really decent sized. Like 4 is around the people who are like, you're pretty religious, huh? Like, like once you hit 4, they're like, all right, if you have one more though, we're gonna start looking at you different. Like, right, you're at that border. Like you're like, I was like, Annie, are you okay?
Like, you don't want to be like one of those fucking like 19 and counting.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, then my parents adopted 4 more. So there's a total of 8 kids now.
Your mom wants to be on a reality TV show.
Yeah, right. And so now there's 8 kids. And so my mom still fought for this way of doing things. Opening presents would literally take like 3.5 hours. Like no joke, because of how it would go down. And like, we're asking like at some points like a 7-year-old to pay attention to go through like 7 other people opening presents just with like a plethora around her.
At this point, I would just be playing with my gifts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she already has like discipline, not like discipline problems. Listening to problems. Maybe those are discipline. Anyway, I'm high. She already has problems listening and like paying attention and being good. So now you're just gonna put her in this torture situation where it's like, you see all these goodies? Now don't fucking touch them for an hour. Like
one at a time, bitch.
Yeah. And so finally last year, my parents were like, because my dad was like, I don't want to fucking open for 4 hours, like 4.5 hours. I don't fucking want that. And
well, I'm sure your dad didn't say fuck. But.
Yeah. You never know. It depends on how mad he got. But he's like, and so my mom was like, all right, we'll try it your way, Scott. And I was like, thank Jesus. I took it from 3.5 to 4 hours down to 45 minutes.
Damn, dude.
Because you just let one person go, then your excitement can just be like, wow, first present. And then they open the next one. You're like, ooh, yeah, good job, Grandma. Then bam, 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 bam. Then the next person goes. And they want to open fast now, too, because they're going to get everything. And so we just zoomed through it, dude. And I was just like, I was right. And even my mom was like, you're right. We're going to do that moving forward.
Well, that's how we did it. We just mom would be like, here. Like, she would pass out all the gifts individually. Like, she'd just go and she'd do it. Mm-hmm. And then she'd be like, all right, open your gifts. And we would just like, cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I had Christmas with you guys one time. And it was just like fast. And I was like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, no, we don't fucking. The whole point is, I already probably know what I'm getting. So I just let me just have it and play with it now.
I know. Especially you though.
I was the peaker.
But not only that, you always knew what you were getting.
Oh,
you always knew. You're like, I know my mom got me that because of this. And she's like, she always does that. And then this is what happens. And then like, you would like if you were never surprised about what you got in both ways. Like you were never like, oh, I didn't get that. You knew beforehand you didn't get it. Like you're like, I don't think she got me that. I didn't get that toy. I'll just use my Christmas money.
Yeah.
And then you do it and you're like, yeah, she didn't give me it. I knew it.
Dude, I almost liked knowing the gifts more because I could prepare myself. And like I wouldn't be like, because I hate my biggest fear, and it's happened to me once, where someone gives me a gift, and I'm just like, that's not what I fucking wanted.
Oh, dude,
That is like the story of your life. But I fucking hate that so much that I literally would tell my mom, I would write down in a notebook for her
yeah,
a list of like 25 items that I would want,
yeah,
ranging from different prices. And I would, for specific items like electronics, I would literally put go to Best Buy, go to Amazon.com. I don't know if we even use Amazon, but go to these different places. I was like, it's here. I like almost mapped it out for her. Like if you go to this aisle, it's right there on the left.
yeah, dude. And you knowing all the nooks and crannies of streets, you're probably like fastest route.
Yeah. Yeah. Little known fact about me, guys, is I love finding the fastest way somewhere. So if you let me go there like 5 times, by the 5th time, I will have increased my travel time by at least 5 minutes by taking side roads and cutting around.
Yeah, dude. It's like crazy. Like we'll go to the place that like I know the way to, and you'll start driving there, and I'm like, where the fuck are we going,
Bro?
And like, or like we'll be like I'll be like, or we'll be heading back somewhere, and I'll be like, okay, we're going back home or whatever, and then you'll take a road, and I'm like, where are we going? Like I'll actually say it out loud. You're like home, and I'm like, oh. I'm like, how is he getting home today? I'm like, I've never even been in this part of the city.
I think for me, I love scenery.
Yeah.
And so I don't like just like looking at the same thing over again. So I try to find new ways to get there so I can look at different things.
Yeah.
And I've actually found some cool shit that way.
I mean, I'm sure you have, but there's times like I'll even like look at the clock about, you know what? That was definitely faster. I don't know if it's worth learning. Like, because it's like so much like bobbing and weaving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't even see that street until we were almost like in it. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, and then behind these bushes is an alleyway. And then my friend Jim lets me cut through his yard.
Yeah. But dude, one year I peaked so hard because it was the year I was really into wrestling, which I still am, but
Yeah.
I was like all about it. And I wanted WWE 2006 SmackDown versus Raw so fucking bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I was like, Mom, if there's nothing else on this fucking list that you get me this game for the PS2.
I definitely have. And anytime I give my mom a list, I'm like, must have like at number 1. And I'm like, do not get anything else but this. And then if you want to spend more money than this, like I give her in descending order. Like I'm like, get this before this. I don't even care if this is $20. You could technically get this, and this is $40. So you just can't. I was like, then my presents end there. Like, I was like, I want this list in order.
That's hilarious, dude. I would do like a legend for my mom. I'd do like stars and like dashes, and I would say most wanted, least wanted. And then I would star and
Dude,
dash.
I imagine you just every year giving her a manila envelope. I mean, like a folder, and then she opens it up and it has a whole
Fucking cut out.
breakdown.
It's like a pop-up book.
And it has like Polaroids and like paper clips. Dude, like a case file.
Oh my God, yeah. That would be something I would have done for sure.
Isn't it weird to think that Christmas songs were like invented like 50 years ago? Like all these like classics we think of happened in like the 50s. So I guess it is 70 years now, but even growing up, you know, like in the 90s, you would hear like chestnuts roasting on a fire. And like, it's like, wow, that classic. But you're like, that dude's still alive.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, or it's like, my grandpa remembers the day it came out. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were alive for it to become a classic, like for it to become tradition. Do you know what I mean? Like, because American like Christmas traditions as we know it got created in like the 40s, essentially, like ish. And so it's like, there's like a lot of people that would be alive, and like those become brand new things. And they're like, yeah, let's just start listening to this song every fucking year.
Dude, those fucking little Christmas movies with Rudolph, the like claymation ones.
Dude, those are fucking great.
They are, dude, and they're timeless. But
Dude,
like,
I think anime might be going through a stop motion phase because there is a stop motion anime and there was a stop motion intro now to an anime. And I'm like, bitch, are we doing this?
dude, I give mad props to guys out there. If you're listening to this and you happen to work in the stop motion industry of the film world,
Bro,
thank you.
If you're out there, I will have you on the show in a second. I will pay for everything. I don't even know how I would. I'd figure it out.
Yeah,
dude.
we'd figure it out. We'd fly you out here and we would smoke together because stop motion, like, that's one reason why I love Tim Burton is he's so fucking good at it.
Oh, I know.
And like, if you can do stop motion, like, you are a fucking director, dude. You're more than a director. You're a fucking creator, dude.
Like, yeah, dude, you created just like a universe, but it moves at very slow pace.
And it's every pivot. It's like every move.
And like the blanks, they like have to put like clay on and shit.
And like bending their knees and shit. If they have knees, like, oh my God.
And they'll do action scenes, dude. So they're like sword fighting and shit.
Dude, like, thank you guys so much. Please sound off in the comments below.
You know what was like a stop motion movie that like I don't think got enough props / views?
What?
Fucking that pirate one. I think it is called Pirates. Oh God, I had a weird burp thing. Sorry.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's so good. It's by the people who make Wallace and Gromit. It is hilarious.
Oh, I've seen things about it.
Yeah, it is hilarious. I would watch that in a second. Like if you ever find it, you're like, I want to watch this. Just be like, come over. I'll be, okay.
Yeah. Wow. Christmas though, man. The thing I can't stand though is when people start playing Christmas music early.
See, okay, well, that's what I was about to say. I like Christmas movies in like November, preferably late, but like in November-ish. That's when I like actually feel like, all right, let's watch some Christmas movies. Like, let's have some appetizers. But if I hear a Christmas song before Thanksgiving, I'm like, turn that fucking shit off right now.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, because I think movies, you choose to watch it. Like, you're actively going and you're putting it on. Music can be in a fucking mall, can be in a fucking elevator, can be in a fucking hallway that you're walking down.
Can literally
the mall.
be the car next to you just blasting, bro.
Oh, dude, it's like, fuck. Could be someone in your house.
Yep.
Like, I'm just like, man, I have a rule. Like in my house, I'm like, if anyone fucking plays Christmas music before Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving, fine, sure.
We get 24 hours.
But like, you can't even do it on Black Thursday. No.
This is still like Thanksgiving time.
It's like 12 a.m. Black Friday is when you can start blaring the Christmas music. Like, shit, play for decorations. I don't give a fuck. Also, take your damn tree down before New Year.
You know what?
Hell, keep it for New Year so you can decorate it and like gold and shit.
Oh, and then like New Year's Day.
And then then like after the party's over, then fucking clean it up.
That would be fun to have like a New Year's tree. I like that.
Yeah, I think some people do that.
Because I'm like gold streamers and shit.
Dude, I still to this day have not just had that like New Year's Eve.
Can we talk? I feel you. Same here. I don't think I've actually had a real New Year's kiss because the one time I did have like it all work out, so I could have. Like the girl I was with was like, didn't want to, like we were sitting on a couch at like a party. She didn't want to do it there, so she got up and moved like right before the countdown, expecting me to come with her. And I didn't. I was like, where's this bitch going? Like, wanted to do a New Year's kiss. I guess that doesn't have to be on the 0. And then like 0 happened. She's not there. And then she finally came back like a minute later and she's like, I want you to come with me to the New Year's kiss. I was like, you didn't have to communicate anything. You just got up. You could. I thought you were taking a piss.
Is this who I think it is?
It's absolutely who you think it is.
Oh my! Fuck.
And I was like, you could have been taking piss, but then she kissed me. But I was like, what a weird situation that was. But yeah, I did not have. I've never had like a New Year's kiss or like a big New Year's party. But isn't it crazy? The 20s must have been fucking awesome before the Depression because to celebrate the New Year coming is black and gold. That's like the colors. Like that's like art. And all the designs are like Art Deco. That's like the colors of the 20s.
Oh, yeah, for
like,
sure.
it must have been fucking popping because we're like, oh, we need to celebrate big. Time to go back to 1920. And then we'll celebrate we lived a year.
Right.
Why?
We made it to the next year, guys.
Yeah, like the biggest party they can think of, they're like, the 19 fucking 20s. Like, it must have been
Yeah.
popping.
I don't see this really happening, but if Corona settles down before New Year's, we about to have, and like everything's like normal, like weeks before.
Like you feel
Like the
comfortable
beginning
in a
of
concert
December,
environment.
like the beginning of December, you're like, okay, we're out of the woods.
yeah.
That fucking New Year's party, dude, is gonna like. I just want the whole United States to shut down for a day. Just like every store.
Dude, yeah, I've thought about this. I think we jinxed ourselves. Because every fucking person in 2019 was just like, I'm done. It can't get any worse. Blah, blah, blah. 2020, bitch. That's our year. 2020. That's the world's year. The whole world. That's our year. And I think they fucking jinxed us.
And Mother Nature is like, no, bitch.
Yeah,
It's
like-
my world.
Dude, when you're all gonna have to trying to summon luck like that, the whole world, you just gotta fuck yourself.
Yeah, dude. It's been pretty crazy. I don't even like remember what day it is sometimes. I'm like,
Like Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever.
yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Or like the date?
Yeah, and I
Because
was
I was
like-
about to say, I have, even when I was like steady working and shit, I've never remembered the date.
No, it's like the day of the
consistently.
week. One thing too, dude, is like I used to be like a shower every day kind of person. And now I'm like, I'm inside.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna go
for
like
sure.
every other day.
Dude,
now.
that's exactly what happened as soon as I started freelancing.
Dude, it's so nice. Every other day I take a shower and I'm just like, oh, that's fuck. That's
the only
fucking
day
nice.
the only time I do day now is like if I have plans.
Dude, I love showering at night and then going to bed. Oh,
I hate that.
I fucking love it.
I hate it.
Ugh.
I don't like it at all.
Dude, the other night we were talking about like
It feels like I wasted my clean.
getting high and going in a hot tub and then to a pool.
Oh yeah, dude. Honestly,
But being like out of my fucking
this is
mind.
gonna sound funny, but part of that honestly sounds like miserable. But like when I think about doing it high, it sounds miserable and like honestly, I guess the best way to describe it is like BDSM, where it's like, oh, that hurts. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like jumping into the pool, I was like, oh, I bet my balls go to my stomach. But part of me was like, yeah.
But then like when you get to swimming around, you're like, okay, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, but I mean, there's still that moment of misery.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude. Like doing anything high is great. Like I just love.
That's not true.
I don't know. I just love doing shit. Like I guess being stuck in traffic would not be fun. That would be a major.
Being stuck anywhere when you don't want to be when you're high, it's like, fuck.
I just want to go to sleep.
Like while you're like, I just want to fucking leave. And you know there's like hours ahead of you. That's why, dude, it's like 50-50 if I get high, like and go to a party or something. Because like, especially like if I can't just be like, hey man, let's bounce. Like, because you don't want to get out of a party in 30 minutes in and be like, this is not what I want at all. And then be like, there's at least 3 more hours in this place.
yeah,
And you're like, what can I do?
yeah, dude. I always have a plan to leave.
I know you do, dude. You come in with one foot out the door.
Not to be like
Like-
a bitch. Like if anyone listens to this and you invite me to something, like I enjoy coming to people's things, but there are some events where I'm just like, I'm gonna be really high, and I'm gonna leave at 10.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's what I'm saying, dude. If there was a fucking, like, comedy sketch,
Yeah,
like, we had a sketch show, it'd be like you come in and be like, oh, thanks for the invite. And then you would have a foot on their mat, like, outside their door, and then your leg would just stretch. And so you're just kind of like one leg hopping through it and like, oh, hey, guys, good to see everyone. I love being here. You take a few hits off something, you drink something, and you're like, da-da-da, and then like, oh, I close the door, and you're like, oh, no, I'm not going to be here long. And...
I'm not even gonna take off my jacket.
And then you just like do the rounds and then you just like lift up your foot and then like slide back to the door. And you're like, bye guys.
dude. One time, I went and hung out with some people, and then it was more of like a forced thing. It was a long time ago, and I went to their house. And I was like, oh my god, I don't fucking want to be here. And I wasn't smoking at the time, which was sad. But it's pre me becoming in love with marijuana. So I went to this party and I had my jacket and my shoes on the whole time. They're like, hey man, you can take your jacket off and your shoes. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Thank you. I was like, I actually like keeping my jacket on because it's like a comfort thing. I was like, and I don't want to tie my shoes. So is it cool if I just keep them on? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. And literally stayed there for like 2 hours. I was like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta get up early. And I really didn't have to.
Yeah.
That's always my out. It's like, I gotta get up early.
Yeah, that's everyone's out.
And
That's
so
everyone's out of even like sex.
Yeah.
Like,
that's true. So I like just like got up and left. Like you didn't have to put shoes on, jacket. Like that is like my ideal situation where I just get up and I
I
walk
just
out.
imagined you being like, they're like, all right, let's all go out. You all want to go out like outside and have a bonfire? I was like, yeah. And they all get out and then you leave. Like you go out and then you just turn right. And like,
Yeah.
walk away. And then everyone sits down. They're like, where's Eastwood? And
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why like recently I've been like I have like friends like you and like a few other people. I'm like, why don't I like connect with people more? And I think that's why. I think just because I've always had anxiety, not realizing it until recently. And I'm just like, wow, I really don't want to be here. And like part of me is just, like sometimes I have to talk myself into it. And so I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, all right. Hi, bye. You know, and so people think I'm being distant. So that's why like I kind of think sometimes it's a little bit, you know, weird. But yeah, dude, it's just so nice to have a plan out.
yeah.
You just feel secure.
No, dude, I totally feel you.
Okay, guys, in the future, if you want to invite us to something, we'll come and I'll be happy to come. Don't think I'm going to be like,
You know what? I'm just going to say up front, though, just know we probably have a plan out.
yeah, and we'll
Like,
probably be high.
Well, just know, if anything, just take that as an honor. Like, wow, I got planned out.
Yeah, dude, my dream is
Like,
to I just want to have a pack of blunts with me all day.
dude, just like cigarette boxes with like cigarette box art. Because honestly, here's the deal. Anything you feel about cigarettes, completely understandable, completely correct. But cigarette box art is an art. Like there's some bomb ass out there, especially in the past, dude. Like artists did real things on them. Like,
Oh my God.
and so like some countries, like they only have pictures of like rotting out teeth and like black lung and shit to be like, this is what will happen to you to discourage smoking, which I totally understand. But I'm like, but we need this box art, bro.
Well, I think
And
that's
so,
where
like,
marijuana's coming
That's
in.
what I'm saying. Is so like I cannot wait to have just like cartons of like joints and shit, because just for the fact alone, the box art, and it's like, okay, this art form is saved. Like,
Oh yeah, dude. What if we get to a place in the world where marijuana, because you know, like they used to do loose leaf tobacco.
Yeah.
And they still do.
I mean, they still do. I have some.
but like, marijuana's going to get to a point.
Where you can, in theory, buy that like a gas station or something.
Yeah. And you can buy a pack of it. And then like they're going to also have like packs of like flour. And it's going to be like,
I mean, they already have those.
well, I know, but like not the cartons though. They don't have like cartons of like marijuana packs.
Yeah. But you were saying packs of like flour, like just that made me think.
Well, no. So like it's going to feel like it does now with tobacco. Like you see packs of tobacco.
Yeah, eventually. Or like even how it is with alcohol, you
Dude,
just
that's,
see it
dude,
everywhere.
that's the day. And then cocaine's next.
I don't know about that.
I'm joking.
And one day you just go to your gas station
Well,
and
no,
be like,
I'm saying like it's like cocaine's the next drug that everyone tries to get legalized.
no, I think it's other psychedelics
Shrooms probably.
like shrooms. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Colorado already passed it.
Oh yeah. no.
And this is the thing they are actually first on. Drives me nuts. Everyone thinks of Colorado for whatever reason about weed, even though Washington did it like the same fucking year.
Well, I think the thing about Colorado that everyone noticed is how fast and how vocal they were about it.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing is the vocal, because Washington almost has all the same stats.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But Colorado,
Except
like,
I think the moving stat.
like you can't-
Colorado is the one that's getting flooded with stoner refugees, not Washington.
Yeah, no, that's for sure what it is.
And that's what cracks me up. I mean, now the refugees are going everywhere, but or just staying in their home state
dude.
with fingers crossed, bro.
Dude, you know, like America's done with this Corona bullshit when you pull up on the street and there are fucking people smoking bowls in their car.
No, dude, I've smelled weed so much louder recently.
Dude, I smell it walking down the store fucking aisleway.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like people are just like, here's the deal. The world might be fucking ending. I don't give a fuck. I'm smoking here and now.
Yeah, it's like fucking
It's honestly
lock my
made me
ass
feel
up,
more
bitch.
comfortable.
Like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, and I think people have become more relaxed with it too now. They're just like,
Just in general.
fine, like whatever. I don't give a
Well,
fuck
yeah.
anymore.
Well, I mean, our county is decriminalized or something. So it's like if you have
under an ounce.
Yeah, so if you have under an ounce, the worst that can happen is they'll just take it from you, which is sad.
The police chief of where we live, he actually got fucking. I think he did it to get elected, because one bitch had like her thing where she was like, no, that was a mayor bitch about like potholes and weed.
Oh, dude, I wanted to vote for her so bad.
Oh, I know, dude. But I think he decriminalized it to get ahead in the polls.
I mean,
for re-election.
Yeah,
it worked.
He got it. Fuck, dude. Well, that's like there was this kid in my college, and he was like the nicest kid. He was weird as fuck, but he was the nicest kid. Like he held the door for everybody, literally everybody. Like he would stand there. And like, if he just saw a line coming, he'd just stand there. And he had this rolly backpack thing. He'd plop his rolly backpack thing down and just stand there and hold the door open for literally like you'd let 100 people pass. And like, there'd be gaps. Like in theory, most people would hold it for the closest people and then kind of push it open, and walk in for the people that aren't quite there. No, he'd wait that gap. And like, sometimes it was far gaps. Like there was times I've like, kind of sped walked because I was like, God damn, dude, just walk in. Like, now I feel pressure. Like, but,
oh my gosh.
But long story short, and he would always say my pleasure. Like he fucking worked at a Christian Chicken.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Like he fucking worked at Chick-fil-A. And, I had a friend that's like, he's too nice. I was like, what? It's like, he's too nice. I was like, I mean, I don't disagree with you, but like, I'm not like close friends with him, so he can't like murder me. So it doesn't matter. Like, but then he was like, no, he's too nice. I don't even like him holding doors open for me. Cause it's like, what are you trying to get out of this? You want everyone just think you're good or like that? And I was like, well, bro, I was like,
that's someone that's been broken.
Well, yeah, but I was like, hey, that's all internal shit, bro. Even if he's like secretly having like a weird narcissistic selfishness, like I'm the best person in the world, you still get the fucking benefits, bro. Like if I knew someone's giving me $10 million, but it was all to like boost their own ego.
Take the $10 million.
Yeah, thank you. I still got blessed. Like,
that's hilarious.
So if a politician's like, hey, I'm going to legalize weed, I don't give a fuck what he actually believes.
That's true.
It's like, I'm just going to be like, woo.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So it's just nuts. The world we live in is crazy, y'all.
Yeah, we have murder hornets now
that praying mantis can eat.
Thank God. I'm about to have a praying mantis farm, bro.
Unleash the mantises.
Dude, why do we let anything live called murder anything?
Yeah, and they kill honeybees too, which is bad.
Yeah. Murder hornets, though.
I know, it's fucking nuts. And like, it's just fucking crazy. Fucking bee farmers.
Like, they don't even call tigers murder things.
Dude, bee farmers are like coming at it being like, hey, we get these murder hornets are really fucking scary. But we have these things called mites that kill bees way more than murder hornets do. And I was like, this is the first time I've ever heard the bee community be like, guys, we have bigger problems on our hands.
Well, yeah, because they're like, they're going to kill the honeybees. I was like, they might kill us. They're called murder hornets.
Did you watch that like outdoorsy guy who got stung by one who like
purposely?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, my brother loves him. Not Felipe. Dank loves that guy. He watches everything but that guy. But I also think that's because Dank might become that guy. Where he's like, I'm just going to see how painful this is. Oh my God, it's so painful.
Yeah, the guy said it went on for 6 hours.
Yeah, dude. So now imagine like a whole swarm of them coming at your ass.
And his whole arm swelled up. And he said if you got stung 5 times, you would die.
Yeah. So now imagine a whole swarm of these giant, like 2-inch hornets being like, coming at your ass. No, thank you.
Yeah, it's fucking
I'm about to carry praying mantis around like it's Pokemon, bro. Like, we hear like, how should you throw it at him? Praying mantis, dude, the scariest thing to me are any bugs that pretend to be something else. Like stick bugs. Or like there's praying mantises that look like flowers.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like that's the scariest shit to me. It's like a lying bug. A bug that lies about itself.
Dude, I'm really scared of the fish on the bottom of the ocean that like blend into the sand.
Oh yeah, then they eat shit. Like once it gets close and like
Yeah. I'm like, bitch, and stingrays too, dude. Fuck that shit.
I killed the crocodile hunter.
Oh my god, dude.
They did what crocs couldn't, bro.
Oh, for sure, dude. And it was all surprise.
Did you see it? Did you see the video?
No, I don't want to see it.
It happened so fast, dude.
No, I know. Were they up close filming it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they filmed it like stinging him and
Well,
him
it's supposed to
dying?
be like a show segment.
Oh my god.
It happened so fast. The thing just moved and its thing went in really fast. And literally it almost just looked like someone getting like a fast shot or something. And then he was dead because it went straight to his heart.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
He died doing what he loved.
Yeah, his daughter's doing it now.
And his son.
That's fucking nuts to me.
They have like a whole like zoo.
Yeah.
And they have like a foundation for him and stuff.
Do you think he is what happens if Tiger King guy's life was good? Like,
Yeah.
Do you think that's like we just saw the opposite of him?
Yeah.
Like
no.
the crocodile hunter.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it? Steve Irwin, right?
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, if Steve Irwin's life was bad, he'd just become Tiger King guy. If Tiger King guy's life was good, he would have became the American Steve Irwin, just hi, I'm here with a tiger.
Did you hear about how Nicolas Cage wants to play Tiger King?
Dude, that's such a good casting.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the Nicolas Cage roles I can get behind, bro.
Yeah, dude. I want Kathy Bates to play Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Fuck yeah, dude. Kathy would be a perfect Carol Baskin.
Man, I need to remember those. I honestly want to remember that little hook. Carol Baskin.
Killed her husband, trapped him, or something like that.
Or, yeah. Something. I can't remember, but Carol Baskin. Killed her husband. That's stuck in my head now. I can't get it out. I can't finish a blunt by myself.
Why?
Because I get high as balls halfway through. Like even just halfway through. And when I say I can't finish a blunt, I mean like in one complete sitting. And slash, I think a little bit's my throat. Because I kind of have like a pussy throat. And so part of it is too, I think it's like it's hurting. I'm so high that like at least there has to be at least one break. So I'll snuff it out nice. You know what I mean? So it's just like soft and like smooth, you know? And just like a clean one, and then I'll wait for like X amount of time, start it up. Yeah, but it's at least 2 times. Like I have to take at least one break, if not 2 or 3.
Dude,
which is kind of why I love them though too.
I could smoke blunt like 2 blunts at a sitting.
Well, sharing, it's different, which is interesting for me.
No, I want them to myself.
But I mean, you'll just one after the other, like joints.
Fuck yeah, dude!
All by yourself?
Yeah,
without stopping at all.
The other night, I smoked.
Do you hit it consistently?
Yes. So I smoked 1 joint with my boo thing, and then I smoked 2 joints by myself, and they were like big cones.
But like, yeah, I mean, I'm just surprised. Like no breaks. That's what I'm saying. I can smoke a whole joint by myself. Then I'll wait for like 5 minutes and smoke another.
I may take like a minute break,
but like just like you'll just continuously puff on a whole blunt.
It's like I love just sitting there with a blunt in my hand and just like casually like coming up and down with it and smoking.
Yeah, I mean I do too. But usually halfway through I'm like, time for a break.
Yeah, I don't know. I just love marijuana.
I mean, me too. Hence the podcast.
I'm gonna be like the biggest we're gonna be the biggest stoner dads ever.
Oh, yeah.
Not ever, but we're gonna be pretty big stoner dads.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if I'm a dad, but yes.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna like leave the house, take a walk. I'm gonna have nightly walks.
At the very least, I'll be the biggest stoner uncle.
I'll have nightly walks where I just smoke a joint.
whatever, dude. I'm just gonna be like in my backyard looking at my pool, smoking a blunt.
This is my
Like,
dream, dude.
On like a layout chair, dude.
One of my dreams is that as I like my kids see me, like every night, Dad goes for a walk. Like rain or shine, snow or sunshine.
Are you wanting most of their life just to think you're going for a walk, but you're actually just
Yes.
going to get high?
Yeah.
And then they find out when they're like 20 that you're going to get high every
21.
day?
Yeah, when they're 21, legal age. I don't want anything illegal. I'm like, hey son, come take a walk
Or at least
with
the
me.
very first time they realize it is the first time they smell pot.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, that's what Dad smells like after his walks. Oh my God.
Okay, so I gotta talk to you guys about this cool dad that I met. I used to work with actually because we still have basic ass jobs.
Cool Dad.
We'll call him Cool Dad. That's his nickname, Cool Dad. So this dude is like literally the coolest fucking dude ever. He's a pastor's kid who just like said fuck you to his parents.
Right.
Left when he was like younger and then like did drugs and shit and blah blah blah. But this fucking Cool Dad dude, I asked him like his stance on marijuana because I just didn't really know him, and like we were kind of talking about beer and shit, and he was just like, I honestly would rather have my kids smoke with me or drink with me their first time than to do it at a party. I was like, some people frown upon that, but that's so fucking smart.
Well, I genuinely believe it helps not give like your kids complex about stuff.
And like the thing
Like
is,
if
like
you make
yeah,
it like almost like so taboo, it almost becomes like too much.
well, the thing is like, yeah, it's like it is illegal, but like my thing is like if my kid risks sneaking out, rebelling against me, and then going to a party, getting drunk, and then potentially driving home drunk or with someone who is drunk,
yeah,
who could die, I'd be like, I would have just gave you the fucking beer here, bitch.
right. Well, I mean, there's that, and then like, I mean, there's a reason why Europe has less alcoholism. Is because pretty much all European countries, they'll have a drinking age, but they'll allow anyone like 12 and above to drink if it's given by a parent,
Yeah.
like at a dinner or something like that. Like that's the rule.
Dude, my dream.
And so like a lot of them, their first cup of like wine, even if it's like a tiny, tiny bit, is like at like 13 or 14, and they're with their parents. So it's not taboo, and their parents do it. So it's not like a cool thing. It's like, oh, you had the wine. Like, you know what I mean? Where like in the States, it's like, oh, fuck, you got wine. Shit, bruh.
yeah.
How'd you get that wine, bruh?
I think some of that shit's stupid. Like, don't like educate your kids on like how to do it smartly.
I just want to say you technically said don't educate your kids.
Sorry. Educate your kids.
You went, don't
Yes, do it.
educate your kids smartly.
Because I remember like my mom tried to shelter us from fucking everything. Like literally, if we could live in a bomb shelter and survive, she would do it.
Did not work for any of your siblings, bro.
I mean, like, we made it half out okay.
No, but I'm just saying as far as like the thing she was like trying to shelter you from.
Oh, yeah.
Every single person did it.
Well, yeah, we know how to get around it, dude. It was like an unwritten code between us siblings. Like, me and my siblings had this unwritten thing together that if one of us was in trouble or was going to fuck up, we would stop it. And we basically like, no, this is how you do it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Come at her like this.
That's hilarious.
She'll and like one night, I was like, Mom, I don't feel good. I don't want to go to school. It's on a Friday. And so
You guys were like each other's lawyers, dude.
yeah. So Friday and Friday night rolls around. I'm like, my brother calls me. He's like, hey, we're gonna go to a haunted house. I was like, shit. I called into school. I don't think Mom will let me. And I was like in high school.
Oh yeah, you said I
And
remember.
he was like, all right, give me a second. And so he calls her. Then he calls me back and he's like, hey man, yeah, it's not looking good. He's like, she's pretty like keen on you staying. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, try it again. He's like, you go talk to her real quick. Try to like ask her nicely, like blah, blah, blah. Tell her like you go to school, like from now on, da, da, da. So like I went and I talked to her and she's like, no, I already told your brother, no, you're not going. You didn't go to school today. I was like, Mom, come on. Like, I'm feeling better now. Like, I really am. She goes, no, Eastwood, you're not. And then I call my brother back and he's like, what'd you say? I was like, she said like, no, like blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, give me a second. He calls her back and he talks to her for an hour. And then he gives me a call back. He's like, get your shit on. I'm coming to get you. And I was like, damn. Like, we just tag teamed her.
dude, that's like fucking that You guys are like lawyers for each other. That's exactly what a lawyer does. He's like, okay, it's not looking good. I can probably get him to do a plea if you say and then he's like, are you willing to say blah blah blah, and you'll never do it again, and do community service? And they're like, yeah, and blah blah blah, and that's exactly what he does for you. It's like he's like, all right, go say this, I'll talk to her. He's like, he might have been really sick in the morning. This is his first time, Mom. Like,
yeah, no, for sure. Like but we always knew how to talk to my mom. Me and my brother did. My sister's not so much.
Yeah,
but we knew how to sweet talk her. And I think it's because we were mama's boys.
Do you think you knew how to sweet talk her, or was she softer on you?
I think she was softer on us.
Yeah.
And like, man, you could just like talk my mom out of anything, dude. Like, she would ground me, and then I'd be like, 2 hours later, like, Mom, like, I'm really sorry. Can I please get a Blues House? And she'd be like, oh my God, fine. As long as you know that I'm not happy, I'm still disappointed with you.
Yeah, yes, you're disappointed.
Yeah. And she'd be like, and I just like, I really hope you learned a lesson this time. I was like, yeah, Mom, you're right, I did. I'm sorry.
You're like, I did, Mom. Just wait till I turn 19.
Oh, God. Yeah, it was pretty crazy around my place. But it was fun. Like, we had so much fun as children, like, just doing shit.
Talking about how every place you ever fucking lived was haunted, whether it was or not.
Dude, like, there were some places that bitch.
I'm not disagreeing. Like, you have some houses that, like, you all have stories about that is like, okay, that's like more than your other stories. But then you have some houses that you basically are like, one time I walked through a room and the door slammed. Once. I know a murder happened there. And you're like, what? And they're like, no one else has ever talked about it, but dude, I heard a creak.
So we went and saw my brother and my sister and my sister-in-law and my niece and nephew.
Man, like, I would spend the night at your house, and you would tell me, like, these terrifying ghost stories about the house. And you'd be like, all right, good night. And I'd be like, what the fuck?
I, like, live for that shit.
Yeah, and then you're like, you said, good night, sleep well. And I'm like, you just told me about how in your closet you hear this thing, and your brother talked about seeing a lady's face in the ceiling, and you're just telling me good night now?
Dude, we would do that to everyone. And it was like, because we love scary shit. My whole family. None of us are not afraid. Horror is like our bread and butter. Like, my mom would let us watch Leprechaun, which is a really bad horror movie, and it's like really like vulgar and has a lot of nudity. But
nice.
Dude, we lived on that shit.
I feel you. Do you know there's a guy who made like I was hearing about it. Like, one of the reasons why there's so many like slasher films is because straight to like VHS market was actually, like, if you did it right, super lucrative. So like, there's this one guy, especially because you would sell them to the overseas market, and so those are usually like lump sum things, so they sell really well. And so this one guy would just be like, go find senior film students, be like, hey, I'll give you $52,000 to make a movie, and I will produce it. Like, it will be available on VHS. And he's like, you want to do it? And all these film students, of course, are like, fuck yes. And slasher films are like the cheapest films to produce. So they just made a shit ton of these shitty slasher films with nudity. And that's why, like, the 80s has this huge influx of VHS, like, straight to video, like, slasher B movies. It's because this dude, like, and he literally basically became like a billionaire from it. Because he just paid these kids $52,000 and then would sell them to other markets for like $400,000.
Oh my God.
And so then every movie made him at least like, $350. And he just produced like hundreds of them.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
I know.
That's so crazy.
Horror's not my favorite genre, but when it hits, it hits.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Like, it's just like suspense, I think, is what I really like.
I feel you.
I actually don't prefer to see the person.
Oh, I feel you. It makes it more like scary and your imagination freaks out more.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I find the dread to situations usually worse than even the bad situations themselves. Like, once I get in them, like, everything clicks. I'm like, I feel like my mind's like, okay, we can handle this. It's gonna be miserable, but now we know the path forward. But like going up to it, it's like, what are they gonna do? Shoot me in the head? Like, like the dread of like what might happen is always worse than like the actual situation.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, like I got arrested, and like the dread of like knowing that I'm about to be arrested was way worse than the actual like situation. Like every step of the way, I was like, "Oh, this is better than I thought it was gonna be."
That's so funny.
Like every step of the way. And to be fair, though, I didn't ever go to like jail, or like prison or anything like that.
You jailbird.
So that might have been the situation where it stopped being the dread was worse than the situation, but I never got there. So I praise the Lord.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Bless the children.
What'd you say? Bless the what?
Bless the children.
Oh, children. Okay, I heard bless the truer, and I'm like, bro, what mythology are you building right now?
Oh man,
you so high, you like creating a pantheon. Oh, that's hilarious. I think it's a good spot.
Yeah, this is good.
All right, guys, this was Smoke With Us. We're Smoke With Us on everything that we're on. So follow us, like, comment, reach out, bruh. Interact however you can on whatever you're using. All of it helps us, and we would love to interact back.
Yeah.
And tell your friends.
Yeah, tell them, share. Yeah, so...
What high are you?
I'm an 8.
I'd say I'm just coming down from an 8.
Yeah.
Like, I just stepped off of an 8, so like 7.9 probably. Yeah.
So we're going to yeet you out with our homie, Saint Warhead, and his song, Sparkular.
Smoke weed every day.
I've been wavy for the longest, need the rest of y'all to catch up to me. Terpene gravy for my bong hit, so every hit is extra gooey. Then I light it extra doobie, get high while I Netflix movies. Pass it to my baby, muffled coffee in my face next to boobies. I like to get high a lot, I like to get high a lot. My girls, they take smaller dabs because we have to buy a lot. I hate it when my lighter's lost, don't you too? That shit sucks, anywho I got shit to do. Need a smoker then after fuck, no I don't wanna work with you. All you other rappers suck, I told you I got work to do, so will you please get off my nuts? Sorry, don't think I'm high enough. Nope, light another up. Coughing while we mobbing, drop the glob and when the glow is up. 99 problems, think I solved until I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pulling up.
99 problems, think I solved until I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pull up.
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark.
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark.
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark.
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark.
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark.
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark.
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark.
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark. Dabs got my fingers sticky like I'm Peter Parker. Feeling like a king, scrolling memes with scenes from Arthur. Sauce has terpenes, diamonds looking like it's tartar. All my friends grow weed, we got some inner city farmers. It don't matter if you broke or not, you can find a way to smoke some pot. Every spot is overstocked and every block an open shop. And everybody's high, you can't even find a sober cop. Every night I'm stoned, then I zone out and play Overwatch. Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm dozing off.
Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a
I
spark.
like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark.
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark.
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a
I
spark.
like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a
I
spark.
like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a
I
spark.
like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark.
I like my
Skip drip.
It light up like a spark.